Each person responsible for the rumbling had pushed onwards for their own goals with no regard for anything else. They had forced everyone into a pointless conflict, and the rumbling was the manifestation of their selfishness. 37 years prior to the rumbling, a child was murdered. She and her brother had innocently left the walls of their internment zone because they had wanted to see an airship. They knew that they would never be able to ride in it, but they had gone past the walls for a glimpse of freedom. In return, the girl suffered a cruel and pointless death. Faye Yeager's murder inadvertently set into motion the chain of events that would lead to Marley's destruction. It was her own brother Grisha's quest to avenge her death that led to the birth of both Eren and Zeke, and it was his inability to diverge from his vengeful path that made all of their destruction.
You forget the part where they... Grisha was done. He was done with the wars and shit. He was done. He was fine. He was happy. He was cool with Eren. He was cool with Carla. He was chilling. They kicked the fucking walls down, and his entire life was flashing before his eyes. He just lost his second wife. His son was gonna die. Everyone he ever knew was gonna die, and he was gonna die if he didn't do something. What the fuck is you saying, bro? What are you saying, bro? What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? He shouldn't have. So you're saying Grisha shouldn't have gotten the Titan. He should have just said, fuck it. Let everybody die. Let all of us die. That's what the argument comes down to when you're talking about Grisha, at least. That he should have just not done nothing and everyone should have died.
Impossible, and through the annihilation of the country that killed his sister, the revenge that Grisha sought so badly was finally achieved.
He didn't even seek it anymore. What? You skipping the character development of Grisha? He didn't even care about that no more.
Was it? If Faye hadn't been taken away on that day 37 years ago and was still alive today, it would not be Marley that murdered her.
No, well, if...
Instead, the responsibility for her death would lie with Grisha, as well as everyone else whose actions had led to the rumbling.
If Faye was still alive, Grisha would have never went. What the fuck?
Faye would be trampled without mercy or discrimination, the same as everyone who lived in the outside world.
No, if they don't attack Eldia, they wouldn't be trampled because the founder would be held by a founder. And if Grisha didn't go to Eldia, what are you talking about, bro? I guess the owl would have sent somebody else, is what you're saying? I guess.
In the pursuit of revenge, the same sin that had begun everything had been committed once more. The victims had become perpetrators, and revenge had been achieved through a crime even more cruel and pointless than the one that had inspired it. The tragedy of Faye's murder had never been avenged. It had only been repeated over and over.